Where is that? How do you learn this? Or if you ask any question, almost everywhere else in the world, people will say, well, it's our tradition. You say, why? They say, I don't know. Well, here, if you ask someone what about a tradition, they'll know it. You have very strong beliefs, but you also have a deep culture, but you also have a history that you know about. It's an educated history. And that's something I'm excited to learn more about.
Bello here. Are you passing on your talent with your family members or your friends?
Am I?
Your talent, are you passing on to somebody else, or you have been training somebody else for this kind of talent?
Yes, I am. In Florida, we have a place that is called the Funny Farm, and it's a training center for other daredevils. Like I said, I trained the guy who walked over the Grand Canyon. Once a year for 3 days to a week, I train the NBA mascots, people who are in those costumes that are alongside a lot of the great NBA stars and need to be that physical, but they also need to have comedy. So I also train at circus schools. There's 2 different circus schools that I train at, most of the time to no benefit of my own. I've created apparatuses for other shows. I've created shows and apparatuses for other theme park shows. Universal Studios Japan, Disney, SeaWorld. So a lot of different shows out there. I'm able to even provide some of the talents and train people for either the TV shows and stuff like that. So I don't know if you can tell, but we're both very passionate people, and we love sharing what we do.
Any member of your family?
Yes. Every member of my family is in the entertainment industry. Not all of them walk wires or are in the spotlight. My youngest daughter follows in my footsteps on the high wire. She's learning and does death-defying stuff. The older 2 kids are in the business, but they're more in the technology and the technical side to assist and aid. And in their pursuit, that makes them happy.
Bello, who is your favorite action actor from India?
It's really, that is hard. It's hard to put the name with the place, but there is this great actor that you guys will have to help me with his name. He has big hair and a mustache. He's always standing in the wind with the hair flowing, and he does a lot of his own stunts. That's it. Yeah. So, to me, there's so much that I see so much that we have in common, because he's able to do his own stunts. Now, I can clearly see most of the Bollywood movies suspend belief for a while. They're larger than life, but they suspend belief because when you're flying in the air, there's that slow motion. All of their work, when they say they do their own stunts, it's still with wires, and it's still on a crane. I know what it takes. I know what it's like to wake up in the morning sore from moving your body in those positions. The only difference is there's no cable holding me up when I do it. Gravity works all the time. So although I'm interested to meet a lot of these people and meet them, and also share a lot of what we do together, I'm also interested in working with them in any capacity.
Eric, let's show a video.
Given a choice, I hope you can name somebody from Bollywood whom is your favorite is. Any actor who's the favorite of yours?
You'll have to help me. The name of, because yeah, that's what I was saying. You guys would have to help me with the name of this gentleman. It's Akshay Umar.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. So
I
we
want
have
to
a
show
lot in
another
common.
video really
Akshay
quickly.
Kumar.
Eric, can you press play, please? I'm going to skip ahead. Can you skip ahead like 3/4 of the way through it, Eric? The Ash
Can you describe
is
for us
about
what
to
right
tweet
now, just walk
him.
you over that cable is like?
Yeah, it's you try to focus on that cable with all these seats underneath me, all the same color and so beautiful in a row. They sort of look like when you see a zebra run or fish swim, a whole school of fish. It's sort of
Bought shoes. There's nothing special about them. That's why I say no safety, no just diligent hard work and focus.
okay.
Bello, I know in New York we are allowing people to ask you questions on Twitter. A lot of people are tuning in right now. We actually have just seen a tweet.
The reason you never saw it before because it's never happened before. That's the first time that's ever happened in history. So that's the kind of things that Bello can do. And so, next question.
In Mumbai on volley ceiling?
Well, let me tell you, I would love to be able to do something. I would love to be able to walk up the furthest outer cable of the Bandra Varley Sea Link Bridge, walk up that incline cable, walk a cable across the top of it, and also down it. I love the name that it's a Sea Link Bridge. I love the fact that we would be able to entertain everyone that could get to it, because the vista, the view from that could be seen by so many people for free. It could be televised here, it could be used for something for your purposes, but also it could be on the internet and shown to the entire world and do what Mant Brothers has done before, whether you know it or not, and help show how beautiful your country is and stimulate tourism here. And it would be seen, hopefully, around the world.
Next question.
Do you have some plan? Did you have a word with the official from Mumbai as he?
We're doing that right now. So yes, we are talking with the government, and hopefully
we've been able to be successful because of our reputation and because of our safety of how we do things. I was able to hang from a helicopter around the Statue of Liberty, sanctioned by the mayor, the governor, and the president, walking that iconic stadium right there, because of both of our history of a safety record and how we do things, and the respect that we go after first and foremost. We're able to be successful. Obviously, we need their help, though.
Yes, but we actually had to come here so Bello could look at the bridge physically and see if it's possible. Because we can see photos of it on the internet, but until you get in, when the man's life is going to be on the line, he's going to walk across that bridge, something nobody has done. He needs to come here and see it and say, okay. So yesterday we did that. Bello went, he inspected the bridge. We took some video. Do we have that, Eric? No. Yes? Do you guys have the video?
We have from the pen drive.
The thing from the Sea Link Bridge?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we made a video. We were
Yes and no. Like,
real quick, let's just do this real quick and we'll answer that, sir.
pretty keen sense of balance. I can pretty much walk on anything. Fences. We actually stopped yesterday and just stopped. We saw a group of kids, and just for the fun of entertaining those kids, I walked on a fence for them. We were able to do that. So I'm able to walk almost anywhere. Now, I have as much time and training as a doctor has in what he does. So you're going to want, how do you say, you're going to want to work with specific things. The cable that I tend to walk is usually the size of a man's thumb. It's about that size, 5/8 inch thick, so less than 1 inch thick. It's about the size of your thumb.
What is the amount if you have insurance?
Bello is not personally insured, but we insure against liability around us in case.
Up to $2, $5, or $10 million on all the physical props, whether it's a helicopter, the wire. So there's
Everything is insured except Bello.
Exactly.
Yeah. Next question. Yes, sir.
What precautions will you take when you're walking on the Times Square? See, when you
What precautions in Times Square or Sea Link?
I'm talking about ceiling as well as Times Square. Ceiling, touchwood doesn't go wrong. If he falls down, he'll get into the sea.
Yes.
But what about Times Square when he was walking? What are precautions taken there below it? Was there anything? Net or something or bubble or whatever?
There was no net underneath.
No.
No safeties for me. What you do is, a lot of times, if people require to request it, is you make sure that no one's underneath me.
Yeah.
But I've never
You
fallen.
never go, nothing, no precautions.
Nothing.
No.
Nothing.
No. And nothing
That-
at the Rose Bowl, no
nothing.
tether, no nothing. Next question.
And you will not take any precaution.
The day for the event?
No, we have not chosen a date yet. It's,
If given a choice, what would be the day? It should
it would be 2015 if given a choice. We would want to work with a date that makes sense for the city of Mumbai and the people of India.
And in our schedule. Right?
Yeah. So, yes, sir.
Do you take any special diet for this?
The diet is not something. The diet. it's pretty much a constant thing. It's how I live my life. So I'm constantly in workout mode. I'm constantly watching out what I eat. I'm not the biggest or strongest guy you've ever met. I'm not someone who can lift 500 pounds, but I can lift my weight in many different ways, even by one finger, where I can do pull-ups with one finger, because that's the nature of my business. It's about being agile and strong with my body weight.
Next question. A lot of good questions, everybody.
He didn't just pull out his checkbook and write some money and say, go do it. Can you give a little bit of a background of how it started?
Sure. So just by a show of hands, how many people here know $1 Million?
But not Bello, but I want to know others they do like.
Oh, yeah.
Because I have a deep history in entertainment and show business, I could tell you how every one of the tricks are done. Now, a lot of those people are friends of mine, and there is a respect level of not sharing their secrets. But I can tell you, most of the people use some sort of illusion. When you see me do the ultimate, there is no possible way to use any illusion. Getting shot out of a cannon, it takes 7 seconds. In the first second, you go from 0 to 70 miles an hour. You're flying in space for about 6 seconds or 5 seconds. The last second, the impact of what most people would consider the airbag, thinking that it's soft and it's cushiony. You can reach up to 11 G's of gravity. Astronauts pass out at anything lower than that. It's an impact. It's like being in 2 car accidents, but you're prepared for it. And you're the guy who pushes the button and says, go. So there's no illusion. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
What first thought come in your mind when you take such a